What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unfinished Business. Guys, this is our 1 year anniversary of doing this. So let's get a round of applause.
I even brought a birthday cake cupcake.
I have a cake pop, but I didn't bring it down here. So I forgot it. I just literally just
a
thought
Calvin
about
Heimberg Roots card.
Oh yeah.
Eat the card now. Eat the card.
Eat the card.
Where's the Evelina card? Get it out. Get it out.
Dude, if you ate the Evelina, man, what a way to start an episode.
If you don't know what you're talking about, you should be watching us when we live this. We got the fellas in here for this.
If you guys don't know, if you're listening to us and you're not watching, we got some cards from Brixton Disc Golf. We cracked them open live right before we recorded this. We got some awesome pulls. Just to shout them out, we got some Paul McBeth. We got some rookie Parker Welks. We got a bunch of Tokyos. We've got a bunch of different cards. Yeah, a numbered Zachary Nash. So check out Brixton Disc Golf trading cards. Maybe that's what it's called. Just Google it, man. You know, come on, do the Google thing and support. Buy. It was a ton of fun. We are all definitely going to go to the website and probably buy more cards after this. So, super fun. So, 1 year, guys, we made it. Unbelievable. Didn't think we would make it. What has been your favorite thing or favorite part of this show with us in the last year? What was your favorite thing, favorite episode, or just your favorite thing in general about this?
Obviously, it's got to be the fact that we all met up.
Yeah,
that's
in
got to go
Charlotte, and that was
I here I'll pop one in that's a little unknown. Our Bedanza interview episode, in which we had a way better interview with him for the 3 hours after the podcast we talked. Rather than the 1 hour interview we did, there was a bit of a stinker on our actual stream. So that was very, very funny.
That was
I think we should just record. Like we got to stop like trying to be like
that is
boop bop and just let it roll.
Sometimes you gotta but that one was funny because I feel like we asked way more great questions off the pod. That was before we were doing it live too.
I do feel like we didn't even really know what that episode was going to be. It was like, yo, let's have Bedanza on. And it was like, okay, it's turning into an interview, not like a, hey, you're a part of the show. So it's kind of like,
yeah, we didn't know. And to be clear, we didn't even know what we were doing at the time, which I think didn't help. Nowadays, I think it would be like if you had someone on, they're just part of the show, and however they're going to comment is going to comment.
Hashtag bring Bedanza back.
I do think my favorite part of this entire year is the fact that out of the amount of times that I was supposed to watch the coverage, I just sat here and nodded and like agreed with you guys and did not watch any of those.
Corey doesn't know what's going on ever.
Yeah.
Corey's unhinged in this for sure.
Taylor, what's yours? You got one here?
I was thinking through, this is definitely skipping ahead, but I will say I'm patting myself on the back, as cringe as it is. We were talking about like hot takes or biggest things we said. I will say at the beginning of the year, my take was that Gannon Buhr to Discmania was going to be much bigger than Eagle to MVP. Looking back at the year, I'm just saying,
definitely
trending that way.
Yeah, I feel like we heard
Charlotte,
Eagle.
Sorry, I was saying the various games. I enjoy the games for sure.
Dude, you stole mine.
They're so good.
Yeah.
The
games have been good because I love how Corey acts like he doesn't know anything, but he wins half of them.
Yeah.
So
I'm just a good guesser.
I don't think so, man. I think he just knows some stuff. So the games have been fun. I will say something that I'm more surprised about this year is I thought we would get into like maybe a little bit more like heated discussions about certain topics, and I feel like it would when no one became unhinged at each other unless we talked about The Rock, and that was the only time where
rightfully unhinged, by the way,
like Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah,
well, him too.
No. Hey, Moana too.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Actually, have you seen that? Have you seen the trailer for Red One?
No.
Yes. Santa Claus. Yeah, dude.
Yes.
I want to see that.
Yeah. My wife was like, why do they got to do something with Christmas every time? Like something stupid. So
we love Christmas, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a fun year. It's been interesting to see where this channel, show, podcast goes, everything like that. So put some love in the
amendment. My actual favorite thing of the year. It's behind Corey right now. The Marvel.
Yes.
I kind of forgot we did that, but
we got Corey. We surprised Corey because he always talked about the Marvel. So we saw that on Facebook. We bought it. We sent it to him.
And now
at this point, with it, I actually take it down and use it as a blanket.
What percentage of the pod putts with Marvels right now?
75%.
A very large amount of the pod.
Yeah. Strong influence for sure.
Keep saying that out loud. Maybe Birdie will actually listen.
Traffic to Birdie Disc Golf Supply. It's crazy.
Yeah, Corey's for sure put on at least 3 people to the Marvel. So and had 4, but I just
the rest of their sales and the rest of their sales are right here.
That stat right
All right, so let's talk about our weekly challenge. So if you don't know, we do a weekly challenge every week where we say, hey, go do this over 9 holes. So the last challenge that we were supposed to do was an overstable putting putter. Not putting putter, but just overstable putter or approach, whatever.
Whatever.
So, Matt, you got some highlights of this, or do we just want to say, hey, what did we learn?
Let's just say, hey, what did we learn? Because we got a more interesting one.
I learned that I hate throwing with an anchor off the tee. I threw a breaker from DGA, not that overstable. It still is overstable. It just was annoying. I was only going like 230 max every time, and I just never could get a chance for birdie. So that was it. It was fun working on my approaches the entire time. I will say that's probably the only benefit is I got practice with that. So
I was confused in the beginning because I thought that you took an anchor, which is not necessarily an approach, but an overstable
mid. The mid-range
weirded me out. I was like, what?
Yeah, I knew somebody would probably get thrown off by that. That's why I made that comment.
I just knew you're from like the New Jersey area, and they always have weird catchphrases for everything. So
it's a golf term. Yeah.
I used to love the anchor, and then I gave it away to somebody at a park.
Rip. It came back though. So, all right, who's next?
I use the Finish Line chicane, which is, if you don't know, it's Finish Line's new zone. I learned 2 things. One, I can use a zone-like disc on holes at my local course that I didn't know that I could throw with that. I've been using like a fireball for a specific hole this entire time, and sometimes getting really lucky. Sometimes I'm in because it's very bushy out by the green, and I threw the chicane and parked it like nothing. So can definitely throw that a lot farther than I thought. Second thing that I learned is, so the chicane is a 4.40 2.5. And when it came out, everyone's saying like, okay, this is kind of like a Zone SS kind of disc. And it's not, especially in the composite plastic, which is like the first one that they released, their like Z version. And if you throw it hard enough, yes, it just goes straight forever and then still has that reliable fade. So that was really cool. I learned 2 really good things at my local course, which is going to benefit me a lot, especially for these future challenges.
I feel like the breaker was the same thing for me, but it's funny how you say that, Corey, because I feel like we have all learned slower disc. I may have said that wrong. We've learned that you can take slower disc on holes that we didn't think you could initially. So
yeah,
that's been a fun thing to learn for sure. So, all right, Matt, what's your thing? Let's hear it.
Exactly. Very similar to Corey. When we threw putters, it was like, it's really hard to get in trouble with putters. When you throw an overstable approach disc, it's really, really hard to get in trouble with those in any significant way. So it was like, oh, I just chip around, make a bunch of approaches.
If there was trouble, I found it. I'll tell you that much.
Well, Tyler found it, but no, it's actually, you're just like, oh, I could just, like, I just thought I just shot whatever, even on the 9 holes there, which is not really a good score, but tournament wise, that would have won any tournament that's been held there. And I'm like, but no, it's really cool. So
yeah, if you're listening and you're watching right now, put in the chat right now, if you were to do this challenge with an overstable putter, what would you use? And then what would be really cool is if you want to be a part of that challenge and be a part of any discussion or looking at what we did earlier, you can join our Discord. And how can they do that? Go to our YouTube.
Go to our YouTube, go to our Instagram. Yep. It's in both. So,
and you can join our Discord, and then you can join the part where we put in our weekly challenge every week, and you can see what we did. And we don't really talk about it too much because we want to save it till now, but you can see what we did and we can see what you did, and that'll be fun.
We'll use your stats.
We will use your stats. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can be in the Discord where Scott will tell you, Brixton will tell you, we yap our heads
unhinged.
Very unhinged, but.
Yeah, and we like to do this thing where we bring up really good topics in there. We don't save it for the podcast. Thanks, Matt. Shout out. So, anyways, so so this is what we're gonna do for this newest challenge. Matt has been on top of this of putting new challenges out, but we're gonna mix it up now. So instead of taking like a disc and going out and playing, now there's gonna be some like not weird, but like different challenges with a collective group of discs. So now what it is you can have as many discs as you want on. Do we want to do 9 holes or 18 holes? I suggested 18, but what do we want to do?
I'm fine with either. I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay, I think we should do 8. I think we should do 18. All right. Okay. What's an extra 30 to 45 minutes? So 18 hole round, because we're gonna have a collective of collection of discs, larger sample size. So here's the deal. You can have as many discs as you want, but it has to add up to a certain speed amount that we are going to roll the dice to see what that amount is. Here are the possible amounts that we're going to choose from. Adding up to speeds 19, 20, 24, 28, 32, and 39. So I am going to share my screen, do the dice roll, and see what number we're doing. So does that make sense to everybody? Did I explain that all right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
So hey, let's add on to this weekly
point of clarification for me.
Go for it, Taylor.
Previously this included your putting putter. Your putting putter speed contributes to the total speed, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great point. Taylor. Great point.
Just wanted to clarify that for the boys.
I'll say this too. You're using UDisc full stats, putting it on our weekly challenges section of the Discord, and type out the discs you took. It'll be really cool to see like, hey, who's what's taken out and all that.
It'll be very fascinating to see what kind of strategies everybody uses. So, all right.
You're gonna see us twice.
Drum roll, please. All right, hit it. 2 is what I just rolled.
20.
So that's 20. So you cannot take anything more than 20. If you add up all your discs and it adds up to 20, that's you can do. Oh, sorry, I hit the mute button. That's the max you can do.
210 speeds. So let's go.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how many discs we take with 20, because that's a lowerish number. So
yeah, that's a full bag of 20 glitches.
Let's go. Don't tempt me, dude.
Options.
Don't tempt me.
Can we also have a consensus for the Ursa Disc Golf Nexus is a question blank speed, since that is not defined for that disc?
I'll make it a 1 speed.
I would say 2.
I would also say 2. Probably.
It's a putter.
Okay,
yeah,
like it's yeah.
Yep.
That's fair.
Wanted to clarify.
All right.
Do we also have to note the completely Corey warp is going to be
I'll say
that's
6
a 6 speed.
That. Yeah,
that's a 6 speed.
That's what I thought.
Got it. So
go get yours today.
You know we're technical when we have to decide flight numbers in the middle of the pod.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Let's move on. Listen, we probably don't have these off the top of our head, but maybe we can do a collective discussion, and it can be short, it can be long, it can be whatever. But I thought it'd be fun to look back on what were some of the most outrageous takes that we had this season that went terribly wrong. And I know one off the top of my head that I can say, but I have something to back that up. Or we could talk about takes that we absolutely nailed. And Taylor has already mentioned one of his. Go ahead, Taylor.
I was just going to say, I'm going the complete opposite order because I don't know how I forgot about this, but by far my favorite moment of this podcast so far was us going live. If you don't know, we just yap live before and after this podcast, which we alluded to and that we should probably record anyway. But
yeah,
we're randomly talking and Broderick comes up and I utter the words, yeah, nobody cares about Broderick. He's washed up anyway. in a I hope obviously sarcastic tone, and for some reason at that exact moment Broderick is watching our stream and puts in the chat, right?
That was a good moment too. Broad was hitting us every once in a while for a minute there. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Really, he was just harassing Corey. So
yeah, a lot of Corey harassment. Yeah. But what do we do here, anyways? That's what we do. We harass Corey. I think Scott just mentioned it. Scott mentioned at the very beginning of the year Paul wouldn't win.
Yeah,
he nailed it. I mentioned that I thought Paul would win. I did not nail it. However, I think some of Paul's finishes at the end of the season at least gives me a little bit of credibility. But yeah, a direct opposites there. So there's me and Scott's.
I know one claim I made this year was nobody would win more than 2 tournaments this season.
That is awesome. I forgot about
it. I'm pretty sure that's what I said. It might have been 3, but even if it was 3, way off.
You still had AB and Gannon run that.
Gannon just went to the moon, dude. If I could buy stock on Gannon, dude, that is a stock that everyone should have loaded up on. That was Tesla right there, man. Yeah. Like unbelievable. Speaking of Tesla, they're up 15% today. Anyways, yep. So I missed that one pretty bad. Another one I just want to shout out real quick because it's on the top of my head is I said that Calvin does not have ice in his veins, can't win the big one necessarily, but I just said he just can't win at all. And then he went on to win the next 2 exact events after I said that on this show. So I don't have a very good winning streak with saying who's going to win and who's not going to win, but I did say he wouldn't win the big one, and he did not win the big one this year. But he did show up, and we put out a funny reel on our Instagram of Calvin winning the next 2 events after I'd stated he will not win.
Huge heater of a reel.
Yeah, very funny. Shout out Taylor, who edited.
CapCut.
CapCut, baby. CapCut coming in clutch.
I will say when we tracked all year, a take that Luke Humphreys wouldn't be in the top 5 again after Waco. And lo and behold, that one held on for me. Also, speaking of points, I was trying not to gloat all year. I think for next year that I should get a crown graphic for when we talk about points. Just to a little 1x.
All right.
And the
other. I think that's very fair. There needs to be something that says we have not actually gone over our points. So let me just pull them up real quick. I think I have them finished. So I do have them finished. So in last place, Corey with 34 points.
Thank you.
Let it be known that Corey had a lead at like 18 points.
Came out hot.
Yeah, very, very hot.
Yep. And then I banked everything off of either Aaron Gossage or Chris Dickerson, and neither of them won anything.
I would love to visualize a chart of like points totals over like each episode.
Yeah.
We can do some numbers. We can do some numbers.
Get on it, Matt. All right, coming in 3rd place was myself with 35 points, so just ahead of Corey in the end. I got hot in the 3rd of the season and the like 2nd, 3rd like mark, and then got really cold at the end. I had a really good lead and then got really cold. Matt coming in 2nd with 36 points, and Taylor blowing it out in the end with 41 points, and not scoring a single point in the last week and holding on for dear life. So congratulations to you, Taylor. You are a man among boys. You know,
I feel like
you are the end all be all.
I feel like that the points thing throughout the year could have gone one of 2 ways, where like it was like not a race the entire time, or we just didn't really pick winners or podium people that often because, year of a lot of people being relevant. But I think it turned out very like compelling to kind of pay attention to all year.
Yeah, it really did. We picked a decent amount of winners, a ton of top 3s. I was thinking, I honestly thought someone was going to go ahead and we were just going to be catching them all season, playing win for 2nd place. But
the first half of the season we couldn't figure out who was going to do what, and that just made it so much fun. There were so many point changes and everything like that. So we'll refine it. Maybe we'll change it up maybe a little bit, or we'll just do the exact same thing. So it was a ton of fun, and it was really close to the very end. So super fun. All right, any other moments or any other outrageous claims that we made this year that any of you guys can remember? Any other We can get into it in the off season about. I think we should have like an awards episode of just like biggest disappointments, most exciting. So I think we'll hold off to any other things that we have stated.
I think it'll be fun too to go through our document of predicting winners from preseason to compare who actually won. So that'll be fun as well. Yeah. I can't really.
We only did the first 10 though, but
that's true. I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head that was like pretty outrageous. I know there was the Calvin thing kind of blew up just because it was funny at the time, but
yeah, that was funny.
I feel like nobody else was like super off base with anything. I mean, I said Paul was going to win a lot, and 2025, baby, the year.
I definitely said
dominance starts over.
I definitely said some crazy stuff. I need to go back and check it because I know for a fact I did, but I'll have to go back and look and see what I said.
I mean, we said some small things to like in the beginning of the season. Like I said, Cole was going to win Champions Cup. That didn't happen. Corey said that Chris Dickerson was going to win Worlds pretty early, I think.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. If I can remember.
I thought he was going to kill it at New London.
To be honest, I think he could have. I can't remember his rounds there, but I feel like he could have.
I think you could poll 99% to 100% of avid disc golf viewers, and nobody's banking Presnell as Champions Cup winner.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So, all right. I think this is something we can review later on in the off season as well. So, Taylor, what's your game for tonight?
Yeah, so we've done this a few times, but we have some October data. Shout out to our Glorious Disc Golf, or our Glorious podcast sponsor, Foundation Disc Golf. Head over to foundationdiscgolf.com to get all your disc golf supply needs. But they have been putting out.
If you guys aren't aware, this is Corey's logo, but
on a sweet hat.
They've started to put out monthly their top selling discs. So we like to run this game where we kind of run through their top selling discs. We'll go one at a time. Everybody gets a guess at a disc that is on the top. I think this is 25. And then you just get the slot amount of points of whatever disc you guessed. So the lowest points is the best. If you are not on, if you guess a disc that is not on the list, you just get the next spot off the list. So the first miss will be 26. So on and so forth. How do you guys want to decide who goes first?
Let Corey go first.
Corey's going first.
Corey is like the winner the last two times of this.
This is for October?
This is for October on foundationdiscgolf.com. Check them out. Get 10% off your next order as a pop-up that comes up if you put in your email.
And use our affiliate link so they know we sent you. Also, I might have to update that, but...
All right. I'm going to go...
We are on it, guys.
I'm going to go Wizard.
The Gateway Wizard is number 1 on the list.
Oh, what?
Number 1 seller of October.
My goodness.
Well, it's over.
Yeah, we're cooked.
Sorry, fellas. There's someone called
exactly
Robbie
said
C.
The last time, and then Corey lost.
Listen, here's the deal. The last like 2 times we did this, I went with the Robbie C or whatever, like Common Shawman route. And I just got clapped by the classics. And then Corey turns around and banks this one. But
there it is.
All right, who's going next? Me or Tyler?
Go ahead, Matt.
Give me the Destroyer. Come on. I got to do something here.
The Destroyer is a classic. Number 5.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to blow it with this one. I got to start off with like a conservative one.
You don't have to blow it. You could. Zone? You could do well. Let's see. The Zone.
13.
Got the list up. It is not on the list.
That is
the same thing last time. I think I did the exact same thing last time.
So. Not on the list.
Zone's not.
I swear I did the exact same thing last time.
Dude, here's the thing you can get cooked by. Brad forgot to buy zones.
And I was going to say they could have just not had any in stock for the month.
That's the kind of crap that'll happen when you're running like this level.
Corey's so happy. Look at that face.
A little smirking, little mojo.
I saw that.
He knows. He's looking at the list over there. He's got it pulled up. He's pulling the Tyler.
No, I'm just trying to think of
you by like
what else for October.
Be thinking.
I'm gonna say Shaman.
The Shaman Gateway theme is Number 3 on the list for October.
Oh my
Are you
god!
kidding me?
No,
Okay.
I know what it is. I know what it is. Don't tell him. I know what it is.
All right.
Give me the Thunderbird.
The Thunderbird is number 2 on the list.
It's literally. Is there any left that I can think of? I think we're. No,
Does this show that I don't know anything about Foundation anymore?
No, Tyler. It is one oddly specific thing. If you didn't see 2 social media posts, you would be cooked on 3/4 of this list. And I know what it is, and Corey knows what it is. I think.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, he
Or
just
is
guessed.
this the GOAT?
All right, Tyler, go for it.
I also completely forgot to decide how many we're doing. Like, is this best? You guys want to do 3, 5?
I thought we did 3. I think we've normally done.
I think
3.
we've done 3 normally. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a disc that was like released with like a stamp. I don't know. I will go. The Gyropalooza stuff hasn't been released, so that's none of that. And that's a box too.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with Crave.
The questionable Crave of last time. I got bad news for you. Is also not on the
Not on
list.
the list.
Oh my god.
Jack, stop saying Firebird, bro. It's all you know, man. Is that was our second? No,
That was our
Jack,
second.
stop. My
Yeah,
buddy
so
Jack just
Okay.
popped in chat and just said Firebird because that's the only disc he knows, and it's the only disc
Hey,
he'll
it's a
play
good
with.
disc to know.
It is. Back to
right.
Corey, right?
Corey could solidify a legendary run right here of 1, 3. 5 is taken, 2 is taken. So the best you could get.
You guys have the
4.
top 5, and I can't even get one in the top 25.
That is awesome.
Corey could go on a generational run right here.
Yeah, this is a
In this game.
generational run. This will affect somebody's legacy, dude. I don't know who's yet.
How will this affect LeBron's
trying to
legacy?
think. I've got a few options.
I
but
want
don't
you to
know
get
which
number
one.
4 so bad right now.
If he did, that would be sick. If he does, I can't beat him.
That is true. Statistically.
Hmm.
Instantly lose. What do I have to get? Well, I guess it depends on what he gets, but
Right now it's 4-7. And then Tyler is at
gosh,
53.
dang.
Whoops.
I'm gonna go on a little bit of a wild card. I'm gonna say the Supra.
Super is a good guess. It is
Terrible guess.
number
Terrible.
7.
The Supra is 7? Oh, because of freaking Trevor.
No, but that was in the Foundation mystery box. So unless they're sorting inventory by that,
How do you people know this stuff? I swear.
bro, check Instagram once in a while. Come on,
Bro,
man.
Tyler's got 2 kids, man. You don't have time.
Tyler got 2 kids, and all he'd be posting is
2 kids.
his
Excuse
white
me.
girl.
The amount of memes that
Yeah,
has been
that's what I was gonna
sent
say.
from Tyler to
Tyler's
me.
Very
popping a
true.
He
lot.
has time. He
That's-
has enough time to look at
He
Foundation.
is on the gram. You're right. He's
All right.
on the gram.
I am.
All right, so that brings Corey to a total of 11. So Matt's got 7 here. If you got number 4, you would
4?
tie. And we'd go to sudden death.
Where is this list at? I can't even search it.
I have to really think about this.
I will say,
it on their-
actually, I'm not
Is it
gonna
on their
say anything.
website?
I can't
Is the
skew
list
the, I can't skew the results.
Is the list on the website?
If I
is.
trust, I'll say what I've been saying since he's done.
can't even find it.
The top 4 discs were all USDGC exclusives. The Hunterbird, the Shaman, and the Wizard, not exclusives, but they were for sale at USDGC. So that definitely has the Hunterbird was just on USDGC. So I think that maybe swaying it partially. I'm gonna just risk it.
This could
Is
be a legendary moment right here.
Is it the Lobster?
The lobster is
Might not be on the list at all.
The
Yeah,
bag
yeah.
has been fumbled. That's 28.
What
Hold
was
on.
it?
What we're looking
Question. Is it the
Yeah.
Buzz?
It is the buzz. It is the Buzzsaw Buzz. Not.
Oh, the
I think that's
Buzzsaw
what-
Buzz
I think
is
that's what drove
available?
it,
Yeah, I
but-
didn't even realize they had those available, but
But
okay.
it is the buzz.
That's a respectable
Dang
one.
it, dude.
I
that was
do
sick.
think 11 has to be the lowest score of all time in this game. So
Oh, yeah.
you've got
That's
that.
so tough to get lower.
Okay, so here's my thought process, Tyler. The
Tyler,
Robbie
do you want
C.
one more guess to finish out your total?
Don't even talk to me. Don't even.
The Robbie C. logo, like stamped Wizards, just came out with his actual logo, not like the little duck, which was like a big hit.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
They're talking up the butt about the Con Man Sean Man, like throughout all their videos recently. I think even Hunter threw one. So figured that would be a seller.
Listen, I understand your theories because they've talked him up in their videos. I have not watched a single Foundation video in so long. Just gonna be honest.
Wow.
Watching that
Like
completely,
so
Corey.
I told you I watch you guys, and no, it's just you guys. Just you guys.
Just
me.
Vince.
I've been secretly on the side.
We get to watch you tonight. So.
Yeah, that is gonna be really fun.
I'll run down the list real quick, and then that's a great segue.
Yeah,
So one, Wizard, Thunderbird, Shaman, Buzz, Destroyer, Trail, Supra, Timelapse, Pyro, Cloudbreaker, Hex, Raptor, Drive, Proxy, DGA, Katrina Allen, Proto Driver, MVP, Detour,
Really?
AVR, Gorgon, FD3, the Juju at number 20, which is pretty dark horse. Wild Honey, Pixel, Wave, Cicada, and then the EMAC Judge. So
I could have chosen the EMAC Judge
and got on the list. Here's the issue with the way
that
Foundation
would have
is.
gotten you one less score than you got with not being
Or
on
not
the
even the
list.
way Foundation is, the way MVP is. The 1 month there wasn't a single MVP disc on the list. Not because they
Yeah,
wouldn't
they're just
sell,
out of
it's because
stock,
they
yeah.
literally just couldn't get them. But yeah. All right, great.
I will say the
don't
zone not being on
understand
the
the
list
hype
is
of the MVP.
criminal.
Which is wild. I don't know if it's because I'm in Michigan or not, but you can find MVP anywhere here.
Yeah, it's the same over here. I just don't.
Well,
I've never
they
really
have-
talked to a distance driver that feels
They
like-
have stated that like it's weird getting MVP from we're getting disc from MVP. I should say it like that. They said they only give them so much. Like it's not
everyone
like,
and their brother's taking it. That's the issue.
but
Yeah,
like
but I'm saying I've never seen any of these shelves sold out here.
Oh, you're saying the opposite of what I'm saying.
but like is there a pretty good inventory though, or not really?
Always.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they are not getting enough of an inventory
crazy.
Is
because they said they won't
MVP
send them.
low key the smartest disc golf manufacturer of all time.
Are they limiting themselves? Or they're not inflating the market? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying the chain of events from James Conrad, holy shot, reinvestment the right way into Simon and Eagle to now is a path that I think not a lot of manufacturers would have taken if they had the same opportunity.
I think they're content consumers. And because of that, they saw what Simon could do just by saying like, oh, this is a cool disc. And then it sells out immediately. So I think they really, I think they knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, also, we can talk disc golf drama. It's the only news of the week. MVP is kind of bad people, man. Say it.
Really?
I'm say it.
Oh, Tyler,
Are you talking about the lawsuit thing?
I don't
Yeah.
mess with it, bro. I don't mess with it.
I have no idea about the lawsuit.
Mainly because they did the same thing to Infinite when they named a disc the Ronin, and their Ronin is not even PDG approved and is just a factory second of all their other brands they manufacture for. Kind of a D move. That's all I'm gonna say.
Tyler doesn't know this, but they made the balance for Simon. They had a trademark on it from like since they signed Simon. Someone else made a balance in the interim. Then when they got the balance PDGA approved, they were like, "Hey, you're not going to name this thing the balance. We're going to sue you for naming it the balance."
So someone else got a disc called the Balanced approved before MVP?
Yeah, but MVP had the
PDGA
trademark.
approved, but not trademark.
MVP had
the
an
trademark
application
before
for a trademark.
Yeah,
They did not have a
it's
registered
in the pending.
trademark.
It's in the
So
pending.
why is MVP bad people?
I just think it's lame. Well, in this case, they have much more of a right where they actually, at least the trademark was registered before the other disc was PDGA approved. I'm less salty about that one. I just think it's lame to go after. They sent a cease and desist to Infinite for naming a disc the Ronin, and they just have it named as an Amazon brand disc that's not even approved, no trademark. They're just out here filing papers on people, man.
I also don't like the fact that it's hard enough as it is as a manufacturer to go to the PDGA and search the name that you want to use, but then also have to look at trademarks. Like, how are you? That's impossible to look at for every single brand and every single manufacturer and stuff. So I don't know, little weird, but who cares?
That's it. And they're releasing the balance in the Gyropalooza boxes, but it's not even the actual balance. It's a
also,
prototype.
why does Simon just want a rock so bad?
He wants a rock so bad.
Like, when I think of Simon, I don't think of a rock at all, but like the method, rock, balance, raw.
Yeah, Scott, maybe it is the PDJ's, or it should be the PDJ's responsibility to be looking at trademarks, but like, depending on where, I don't know.
Is that what a balance is, a rock?
That's what they're trying to make, yes. Or a rock 3. I think, because I think he said he likes the bead.
It's supposed to be in between the hex and the pyro.
If you look at the profile of that thing, it's
well, he liked the Matrix, which I think sounds similar, but obviously no bead.
Yeah. You may be right.
I just think, okay, that's kind of stupid that they're calling it the balance, which in my head I think hex, because it's like perfectly balanced. But they're going off of the fact that you use white balance for a camera. Come on. That is not a good enough. Like the Pixel, all of his stuff is supposed to be like social media based.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's all camera stuff.
It's all camera. It's all camera stuff.
Pixel, time lapse, balance.
I guess they trademarked lens.
I think Shutter is one of those too.
Shutter or something like that. So it's like Shutter's cool. That would be a really cool mid. But balance for white balance, that's just dumb.
Balance is a bland word. I agree with that.
Balance should be like a Nate Perkins signature series. Meditation or Discmania disc.
Or even James Conrad.
When it comes to something to calm you down.
Conrad disc.
Some of those essential oils like Nico, man.
Yeah.
Some fragrance on that thing.
But like shutter, aperture, there's a frame rate. Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to get a cease and desist.
Corey's just that
would be actually really funny.
Yeah. I'm surprised Discraft didn't say anything about the torque for Finish Line, because Discraft had a torque back in the day.
Really?
But I think it's out of production, so I don't know how it works. I think the torque actually turned into the Raptor. It was
that
like the pre...
That puts them at almost eerily similar discs. Not really, but in some way similar.
Yeah.
You could combine those and just call it the Tractor.
Dude, call it the Tractor. It doesn't go anywhere. It's like a Berg. It goes nowhere.
A couple other disc golf news. Gannon is apparently in the weight room with Schlabach. He posted that like a week ago. Wonder how consistent that's going to go, and how much weight he's actually going to put on.
Because how many calories do you think that man needs to eat to put on some weight?
That's what I'm saying.
Holy crap!
He needs to be taking that. I'm blanking on what it's called, but it's like the extra protein powder. Max, what's it called? Max
like
something. Max. It's like something Max. I've talked about it like a couple weeks ago, but he needs to take some of that. He needs to eat some. Like the thing is, he eats at McDonald's all the time. Is what I feel like, but he doesn't put any weight on. So
he's 14.
He just eats nuggies, bro. He eats nuggies. No sauce, and he can only handle 5 of them.
Dude, if I just like look at
that chicken Big Mac, no cap.
Yeah, that's what he needs.
Oh, he needs some milkshakes. But the thing is, if I look at a 4-piece nugget, I gain like 5 pounds. Like, it's ridiculous. So I don't know.
Yeah, you're also 46.
Easy. I'm not that old.
36.
So, anyways, interesting to see how long that keeps up if they keep posting content about that. If I was Gannon, it would just be more preventative at this point, because there's a lot of people gone down for non-preventative injuries. And we talked about that last offseason about should there be more preventative like health things involved with the Pro Disc Golf Tour, like maybe like chiropractics or physical therapists to help players to prevent injuries from happening. So you guys got a chance to feature the weapon that dropped this past week. Tell us a little bit about the weapon in about 30 seconds.
8502.5. flies like a very, very straight torque on my end, which would be a Thunderbird or something like that, Firebird.
Thunderbird.
I would say Thunderbirdish.
Thunderbird.
I have thrown it one time. I picked it up and my brain said this is not an 8-speed. That's a lie. Because the rim does not feel that wide to me, but maybe that's just me. Maybe sometimes numbers are marketing. I don't know, but it flies pretty good. I feel like I wouldn't bag it because it would overlap with the torque for me personally.
Interesting. So yours you think is that much stable, huh? Because I thought your torque is pretty stable.
My torque is pretty beefy, and mine is like the weapon in my bag would be right in between my Halo Dynasty and my torque. So
there's like no need.
Yeah.
I saw in your video, Corey, that the edge of it is pretty blunt. It's quite fascinating for an 8-speed, as they're calling it. So, so why are 8 speeds becoming the greatest speed of disc of all time, by the way? I think the pipeline, Corey's torque.
That's what I was going to say. Is like it would slot directly in between a torque and a pipeline for me.
It really would. By the way, it flies.
But I do have a forged torque that is eerily identical to this weapon.
Yeah.
Besides for the fact that it is blunt on the edge, it is the same disc. Like
I heard the plastic is quite gummy. Is that true?
I wouldn't say gummy. It just flexes a little more than
I like that.
Like some other plastics. So it does feel very comfortable. And just like Taylor said, it feels almost like a 6 or a 7-speed, but then when you compare it to an 8-speed, it's the same size, which is really weird.
It's something weird with just the hand feel, but I would say it feels like a 6.
I do like it.
Any other discs that came out this week that anyone knows about or no?
The NSH Warp, and specifically the Completely Corey Warp.
Did you like how I did? I was a layup.
Yeah, shout out to Taylor for
actually
for connecting me and Jason, the guy who owns NSH, and we just brainstormed. And after like maybe 2 hours of us talking back and forth and me just throwing out like, would it be possible to make a disc like this? He sent me the tracking number for 2 of them already on their way. I did some testing. One of them was thinner than the other, and it ended up being basically like a straight shooter. It was crazy. It was not the same disc. And
that video is crazy.
Yeah. And then so I ended up telling him I liked the deeper one, and then we went with the inverted colorway for mine. So it's a white top with a red rim. I like that a lot better because there's like this, I don't know, there's like a lot of NDAs and stuff when it comes to him 3D printing stuff, but it almost seems like he prints a clearish cover that gets like adhered to the top of the disc. And with the red one, it makes the red not red, but it makes the white stay white.
Yeah.
So then the bottom can be red, and it's very bright. It's almost like a candy, like a Jolly Rancher red. It's like kind of see-through. Looks so cool. I actually filmed a video today with the new version, and it's even more stable, which is perfect. Like I love it. It's exactly what I needed for that slot. And those can be found on. Are we allowed to say anything outside of Foundation Discs?
Oh, yeah, sure, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. NSHCustomDiscs.com. Go there. You could pick that one up, or you could pick up the stock version of the Warp, which is really cool.
Not nearly as good as the Completely Corey one.
What?
The stock version of the Warp.
Or you can get Ursa Nexus and be the true GOAT.
Yes. Yeah. Which I'm getting very close to acing. So, okay, Taylor, is it just coincidental that every single time I post one, you go and film and post an ace run that day?
I, at all times, probably have 3 of those videos in my phone that I forget to post, and then you post one, and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to post one of those. So
okay. Because I've actually been very like adamant on not doing more than one for that day. Like I'm literally throwing that shot and then I'm leaving.
Oh yeah, same. I do one around, but like I'll like go and like film other things and get distracted, and then I just have a camera roll of like that whole like spaced out between other videos. Then I was like, oh, I forgot to post that one. It's mostly because I'm sad that they didn't go in, so I don't want to post them. The true reason.
Yeah, that's true.
I just want to say real quick, just side note, this podcast was not nominated for any Grippy at all. So we kind of like are putting foundation on like probation.
Yeah.
So
longest podcast.
Yeah, probation disc golf.
We would have taken the worst podcast.
Dummy.
I mean,
someone get that in real quick.
Listen here. Yeah, snubbed for sure, Brixton. Thank you very much.
I'm going to give you Hunter Thomas's phone number, and you guys can go ahead and just leave any comments to him. It'll be in the Discord. You're going to want to join that to see.
Listen,
you probably don't want to do that.
One thing that we've tried to be is at least entertaining and enjoyable to listen to. So we appreciate anybody who listens to this at all, because we do this for our own enjoyment. So this is
and also, if anything, we have the best graphics for our video. For our
1,000% we do.
I've even sent constructive criticism, since we just do this for fun.
I'm gonna call them out. I don't know if Robbie C forgot to show Brad, or if they just didn't like it. But I created some graphics for In the Bag that would make their whole video setup just look so much nicer. All Silas would have to do is just, drag everything to the right spot, and it would be so nice. But either Robbie C totally forgot, which could have been he's a busy man, or I don't know, they just didn't like it. But I would have totally loved to see some good graphics on theirs.
Yeah, our graphics are always on point. Our graphics team for this podcast is elite, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
If you want to get a hold of them, send us an email
or
message us on Instagram. We'll try to get you in touch with them.
They're
pretty.
And also, hey, Brixton can vouch for it. So
that's true.
Hey,
that's true.
Corey's slowly taking over disc golf. So.
Ever so, it's real sneakily, but he's doing it.
It's gonna happen. So
beautiful thing.
I kind of lost where we were. Any disc?
Happened.
There was another disc that was. Oh, we got to mention it because Matt was all over it. The Midnight Rider is a Midnight Flyer pipeline. The Glow pipeline came out.
So excited to throw that.
We love the pipeline here. Unfortunately, right now in my bag, I am not throwing it just because I'm doing a thing with my bag. Listen, it's gonna come back. Don't worry. It's just sabbatical. I've already said that, sabbatical. So we just need a break every now and again.
Next punishment round is gonna be me throwing a pipeline. Since I'm the pilot.
You actually, I was gonna say you forgot to do the approach disc one.
That is true.
Shame.
So you might need to do a pipeline.
I'll go film a video. I'll go do a pipeline over.
Mark just mentioned lightweight Lat 64 Graces were released. The fact that hasn't been released
already.
How many amateurs like the Grace already? The fact that it hasn't been released
that has to rip.
That probably goes stupid far, like flip up to, oh my goodness.
Also, there are a lot
of glazing. What?
Lightweight discs coming out now.
People are figuring out. Evelina Destroyers, super lightweights. I saw down to 150 some in the Evelina Destroyers. Like
Matt can vouch for this. I've been preaching lightweight like distance drivers for like a couple years.
I can agree with that. The first time I ever played with Tyler, he was rocking some lightweight. Like he had some lightweight stuff.
167, 168.
That's right. So just let the big dog eat. I mean, why not, dude?
120 gram. Lightning MX1.
That's pretty crazy.
Huge update for me, for everybody at home that's super invested. I think that the raw that I wanted to be my straight mid range is too stable. So I gotta find
too stable?
Yeah, I think it's too stable. I think it's too stable, man. I want something I can just put on a little hyzer and it just like goes straight. And I put that on a little hyzer and just says, I'm gonna go straight for a little bit.
Little bro needs a finish line sector.
Okay. My question is, you're putting it on a little hyzer. Do you want it to flip up and just go dead straight?
A little.
If he wants a tiny bit, it could be the sector. He's got an arm.
Have you thrown a Supra?
Yes.
Yeah, he got a Supra.
I have.
I feel like that would flip over so much for him.
Have you thrown a composite brand new Supra?
It depends on how hard he's throwing it, because if he's putting it on a little bit of hyzer,
I've definitely thrown that shot with a Supra. I will say with my Supra.
He's not BD Taylor for nothing. So
have you? Okay, so you have thrown that with the Supra. I'm just ignoring what Tyler said. What happened to the Supra when you did that?
I have thrown that shot with the Supra.
Where did it?
I think the Supra is a little less stable than what I'm looking for in that slot.
Composite Supra could be the move, Corey.
But I have not tried a composite Supra.
I don't think so.
Think so? Okay.
No, I think that still would have a little too much. Maybe. Okay, when I get my hands on these, I will have to send some out to you. But I'll send you a composite Supra, and then I'll send you a forged Sector.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Because the forged Sector is going to be the buzz, and then the composite one is slightly more stable than that. But
how different is a composite Sector to a Rise?
Enough.
Yeah, I would agree.
The Rise is like I have to put it on Anheuser for it to go like straight at all. Personally, like it doesn't. It's kind of, you know how when you were throwing the rally, they kind of just drifted no matter what to the left. It does that for the Rise, but the Sector I can throw and it'll go straight, and then it just has a fade at the end.
Yeah. See, I think like think of like I wanted to be my straight mid is too similar to the Rise. Like,
okay, yeah, no,
this like it'll.
So maybe it is the Sector that you want to try, which I don't know when those come out for real.
We haven't even announced a date yet, by the way.
Yeah.
Tragedy.
But
tragedy for me.
All right, cool. We'll figure something out for Taylor.
It's my old Sealand. It's my old Color Glow Chariot. That's what it's gonna be.
Well,
or since you throw just as hard as Aaron Gossage, have you tried a Buzz OS?
I have not ever thrown one of those in my life, actually.
Those things go dead straight for him, and it doesn't make any sense.
No, he's big dog. That stash, great addition. Just gonna let anyone know about my bag real quick. I don't know when I'm going to get a chicane, so I got a Savior, and I'm throwing a Savior now. So just throwing that out. No, it's all right. I'm not saying anyone owes me anything. I'm just saying the people voted, and I don't know when I'm ever going to get that. So for the time being, I got a Savior. Also, I'm having a hard time finding a Leopard that is less stable than a Leopard 3. I've got 4 of them. Throwing all 4 Leopards, they fly all very similar, where there's no pan to the right. So makes no sense to me. Leopard is 1 speed less. So you would think that it would accentuate the turn more, but doesn't. So
have you tried an Infinite Disc Centurion?
What is Innova's problem?
That did not get voted on. So I have to go with what the people voted. They voted Leopard. Leopard, it might be on its way out. So listen, I'm going to say right now, the Leopard is in the bag, but I do have a Sting in the bag right now as like my actual like understable fairway driver, because that does pan to the right. I'm actually getting quite fond of that disc. So at first I hated it, and now I kind of like it. So I'm getting used to my bag a little bit, threw it out there, played around, felt pretty good. What
plastic is the Leopard?
Yeah, Scott just asked. You have a bunch right?
So I've got a beat-in Champion, Barry Schultz one. I've got a Star old beat-up one. I got a new Star, and I've got, I think, another Star. I think 3 of them are Star, but one's old, 2 are kind of, one's brand new, one's kind of new, and I have a Champion one. Ironically enough, I think the Champion Barry Schultz one, it might be the least stable one. Doesn't make any sense, but that's just where we are. So the Dynasty I got, also very stable, does not do the flip up action like Taylor does. I also don't throw 500 feet like Taylor, but so I don't know.
It's hit many a tree in its lifetime. I also think the new run is more stable than the first run.
Yeah, it's pretty stable. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely not like some other like that 9.5 -1.2 speed, but well, it's all right. We'll figure out my bag. As I posted in our group chat, if you know anything about what heart rate variability is, it just means like what is the spacing between your heart rate essentially, and if it's more variable, that means you are more likely to be less stressed. And it was the highest it has ever been for me, which is a good number. that I can record it since wearing an Apple Watch when I went and played disc golf this past week. So I'm enjoying disc golf again, boys. It's very exciting.
And we get
very
to watch it happen live on stream.
And that's what I was leading into was we're about to watch a round where I did not
hold up. I have one more comment to say. Speaking of 500 feet, you guys all know who Blitz Disc Golf is, right? The guy that does the standstill, like 550 or whatever. He's ripped.
Yeah.
So I posted that reel today of me in the woods throwing the weapon like out of the trees and then missing the putt and shooting it. Well, he DM'd me and said, "Oh my God, you're now the new standstill king. Good luck." And I was like, I can't throw half of the distance that you can.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Incredible.
He was trying to pass the torch, but
really, he doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to be that, huh?
I think he's probably getting old of the entire standstill everything. But
he's stuck now. So,
yeah.
Well, I'd say that wraps up for our episode tonight. Happy 1 year, happy birthday to us being out here. And apparently, while we were running the show, we won the very first Brixie. The Brixie.
Yeah.
So congratulations to us. Not don't know what it was for, but we won it, and that's all that matters. We
don't know who else was in
the
thing, but yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Don't matter.
We are 1-0 in the Brixies with nominations, so that's all that matters. So, seriously though, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've been sticking around this long, honestly, we just have to shout out Scott. Right, Scott, thanks for sticking around for so long. Thanks for coming every week.
Scott is the 5th member of this band.
He is. Yep. Let's just call it what it is. We will definitely get Scott on this off season to talk disc golf because we need to.
I would say we should get Jason on too sometime from NSH.
Yeah, we got a bunch of people to get on. I think we're getting some traction here. I think we're gonna.
The off season's gonna be really fun.
I think we're getting hyped. We kind of got like the logo down. We got the look down. We got the idea what we want to be now. So we're feeling good.
The content.
Exactly.
Oh, that's not even.
All we need to do is get 4 new guys, and we are cooking.
Clip that.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.